One of the things that you dealt with was strawberries in this visit to the market that we have filmed. You went there with Benjamin Walker from our culture department, and you explained the difference between East and West Coast strawberries. Let's look at the clip.
The weather's what's in control of this. The fruit, the plant just sucks up water, and so it holds the water, and that makes the berry grow really fast. So that one of the reasons why a California berry can get, so huge, some of it is selection, but some of it is lots of irrigation, and you just give them a big drink and they balloon up. What we want is a slow growing berry because it's going to have more intense flavor. Very good though.
Yeah, by the way, you can see the complete Peter Hoffman video on the Food in the City web page on wnyc.org/food. Now, I've wondered about those California strawberries because they often have this big, pulpy white center.
Mm-hmm.
And I wonder, is that just because they are just sopping with water and that takes away the flavor? Or have they been picked before they were really ready?
I don't know whether the open core is, I don't think it's about being picked before they were ready. I think some of it may actually also be about selection of varieties. But as I said, irrigation plays a big part, and at the moment here in New York, we're a little over-irrigated for June.
The farmers haven't wanted that, but that's what's happening.
Exactly. That's the way it's happening at this moment. So I brought you two varieties of strawberries, and they tell interesting stories. One is a traditional berry grown in New Jersey. It's pretty good, or I think it's pretty good, but you can taste a little bit that there's a slight wateriness to it and maybe not quite enough sunlight to develop the sugar. The other you can see is a much smaller berry. It's a very interesting tale also, Lenny, smell them both. Because
this is radio.
I know. The other ones are known as day neutral, or tri-stars is the particular variety. And the day neutral continues to flower after the days start getting shorter. So next weekend is the summer solstice. June berries, typical strawberries, will stop flowering as the day gets shorter. This variety was an interesting cross, and we'll have local strawberries in August, September, October.
Now the second one smells better, smells more like strawberry, and it tastes better as well.
Right. But you can see, number one, this is the biggest berry that there is, which is sort of like, I don't know, as big as my thumb. And most of the berries are even smaller. They're the size of a nickel. And yet you have incredible texture and intensity of flavor in those berries.
I've always had a concern about pesticides, and I have asked around the green markets for pesticide-free berries because they sop up water, they sop up pesticides, and you sometimes can taste the pesticide as well. And it's not so easy to find berries that don't have pesticides because they're so vulnerable.
Right.
And the farmers feel that if they want to bring in a decent crop, they're going to have to spray them.
Well, one of the things, particularly with the traditional berry, is that they have to do very heavy weed control. And the people who grow these, the day neutrals, actually don't keep the plant from year to year. They will plow them under.
So that's more expensive.
It is more expensive, and you pay, at times you can pay double the price for those berries. But
so this is the larger one, and this is the day neutral, right?
Right.
This is what this is called again? Jersey?
No, I didn't tell you what
Jersey
it was
Driver?
called. I mean,
What's it
it's
called?
just grown by a grower that we like from New Jersey.
Well, I would be thrilled with this
It's a
if
good
I
berry.
didn't have this.
Right, exactly.
And I guess that's part of the secret. Did they ever complain that you've taken one of the berries or some other vegetable and tasted it? Or
Oh, no.
Well, they
no.
know you. Well, would they be as nice with me?
I think so. I think people are tasting all the time. You know, two things about that, Lenny. One is that the other thing when
Here
you
comes
taste
Hoffman. Let's cover up everything.
right.
He's going to eat all of our food.
when you taste those berries too, and you compare them to what the California berries are, it's like these are far more delicate in texture. So they can't live for 3 weeks traveling across the country. That's another thing that people select for when they grow the industrial berry. These are wonderful in their in their mouthfeel.
Would you
the other
say
thing
that
is,
local
no,
always tastes better because it's
no,
been
I don't actually think that. I think that there are traditional growers or conventional growers in our region, and some of the stuff isn't so great. You still have to taste, or you have to ask the questions, and you have to think about how it's being produced.